meeting is
Right.
being recorded.
Okay. Hello, everybody. This is a meeting about this. There's only this. There's only this.
Moet jij niet nog even wat doorgeven over
Oh,
inschrijfformulier?
okay. Yeah, okay. There's a warning to me that about there's an announcement, two announcements. I have two announcements. There's one that's I'm going to New York, and next week there will be no Zoom meeting in the weekend because I'm in New York. So if you want to see me in and you want to go to the meeting, you have to go to New York. Please do. It will be nice or not. We'll see. There will be then next week. There are no Zoom meetings, and after that they start again. So there will be a meeting in New York. If you want to come, maybe on the Fridays or Saturday or Sunday, please let me know. Or you can also come without noticing. How do you say? Without saying. And there's also, I'm giving a residential. And that's in September, the 25 till 29, I think. Yeah. And it's on my website. And we did a lot of work.
September, hè?
September, yeah, in September. So this September this year. And we did a lot of work and we finished that. And we have a I can't speak it. I can't say it. Registration form. Oh my God, how difficult is that? And you can, I hope it will work. Maybe you can download it and maybe print it out or copy it and then send it to me. If you want to come, please see on my website, and then you see all the prices, all the rooms. It's in the north of Holland, in one of the islands. It's a beautiful island with a lot of sea. You can swim in the sea there. You can walk in the dunes. It's very basic, so will not be very expensive. So look at my website and you will see all the information. Okay, I think that's the announcement. Now we start again. There's no one. There's no one. And there's only this. And that are two things to say. And that's impossible to imagine. And that's the crazy thing of this message. We normally are very much busy when there's somebody talking, there's trying to understand, trying to make an image of it, trying to have some concepts and understanding what's going on. The difficulty with this message, it can't be understood. There can be some concepts that can be understood, but what is a lot of time is going on is then they're saying this is it, or there's only this. And then people start saying when there's normal daily life, like, oh, but this is it too. Oh, there's really something happening and it feels like very sad. And then saying to yourself, oh, but this is it too. That seems to soften it a bit and it's more easy to accept what's going on. It has nothing to do with the message. It's not saying to yourself, this is it, or it's only what is happening, or all those sentences, what is being said here. Those sentences, what's being said here, is only said in a meeting trying to explain a bit like what the message is about. And when it's saying this is it, or there's only this, that this is everything. And it's no one that is it happening to. So when there's no one, that's all also, you can't make an image of that. Sometimes we're saying like, oh, this is the me talking to myself, or, oh, it's the me energy, or something like that. There's nothing like that. There's already no me. It's something that the brain makes up. And it seems like it's very convincing and it's very the top of that whole survival system is the me, and it seems like I'm doing it. I have a free will, I have a choice. And there can be an understanding of this message, and like saying, oh, it's just going, and everything is just going by itself, and nothing is really happening. And still, there can be that me structure going on, because it has nothing to do with understanding. It has nothing to do with being clear. It's energetic, and it's so embodied that it's when it's everything can be very clear, and still that energy is just going on, because can be very clever, very subtle going on, and it's trying to deal with what's going on. When everything is lost, there's nothing going on like trying to deal with anything. There's nothing going on like saying to other people, or saying to myself, like, oh, this is it, or this is what's happening, or there's something going on. It's just what's happening, and there's nothing noticing it. There's nothing talking about it. There's no thoughts about it. It's just what's happening. So you can't make your head around it and saying something about it, because that's already a new way of a concept and trying to deal with it. And it's so clever. It can be so immediately and so convincing that now there's no me anymore, and trying to say that to other people. The strange thing is, it doesn't matter, and it's not wrong. There's nothing wrong, but it's saying that there's a lot of concepts about this message. And it's just this. It's very simple. There's no need to talk about it. There's no need for anything. It's just what's happening. And it can be everything. So it can be talking about what I always say something like that. Talking about mothers. It can be even talking about politics, and then afterwards it's gone, and then it was just like that. It can be in that energy. It can be talking like that, and that's it. Nothing matters. This is life, and it's everything. So there's nothing excluded. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing better than something else. That's the joy. It's just what's happening, without any reason, without any this is more than this is less, things like that. It's what it is. Not saying that, but it's just what it is. And there's nothing going on like this is right and this is wrong. And a lot of people, maybe everybody knows already, it's not about right and wrong. There's no right and wrong. But very subtly, it's so embodied. There's so many concepts and maybe beliefs about what you like, what is felt like that feels a little bit better, or there's so many things going on. And that's survival system trying to deal with that. And that's the normal way. And it's not wrong. It's just maybe thoughts are coming up, maybe emotions are coming. It's not for anyone. It's just emotions. So there's no one experience it. It seems like that in the whole dream of me. It's just maybe a feeling. Maybe you don't even know what it is. Can be a feeling, can be tables. It's not about you or me. It's about what's happening. And it can be a table, the wall, a feeling, a leg. It's everything, but it's not from someone. It's what's happening. And that's everything. And it's just that, without anyone noticing it. And when there's something noticing it, then that's what's happening. So it can't be not yet there. It's already what's going on. And when there's frustration, there can be frustration. Then there's like that. When there's a story of me and you feel very trapped in that story and things are going on, then it's can be very frustrating to hear that it's everything, because it doesn't feel like that. When there's me going on, there's also a drive, and there's underneath everything there can be a feeling of this is not enough. It has to be something else. It's there's something I'm looking for. I don't know what, but I'm looking for something. It has to be something else. And then there's always a looking for something. And it can be very clear that there's no need for looking, and still that goes on because it's energetic. And when it's energetic, then that energy is going on. And it's just that. Doesn't mean it's not yet there. Doesn't mean anything. It's just then that energy is there. And that's it. It's not about we are thinking this is my life and I want to have no me anymore, maybe, or something like that. It's not your life. There's no your life. There's also no my life. There's just life. And it can be anything. It can be table, can be circumstances. So it's already what's going on. There's no need to understand. There's no need for anything. It's just what's happening. And that's it. It's the most easy thing because it's already happening. It's already there. But we think when we look at it, then and that's me doing, it's noticing and looking at it. And then there's a feeling like, yeah, but doesn't feel like it, or no, maybe something else. So there's that drive and there's that energy going, like there's something not right yet, what you can see in the world or everywhere, or it's maybe in life going on. But the drive is just that that energy can be like that. Then that's what's happening. Not you don't need to say it to yourself. You don't need to be clear about, oh, it's just that. It's even more simple than that. It's just what it is. It's very simple, very normal. It's already there. It's already what's going on. And there's something on top of that, maybe like, oh, but no, I can't feel it. Or no, I don't have the feeling. Or that's the whole construct. Like there's something not right yet. It can be very strong or very subtle. And we can talk about that, or maybe there's some other questions. We can talk about something happening in the story. Doesn't mean when there's this meeting and then the story, talking in the story is wrong, then you are still in the me, something like that. No, nothing is wrong. Every question is it. So it doesn't matter where the question is about. It's the question. So if you want to say something, or maybe you want to write it down, please unmute yourself and then start talking, or not. Then maybe the whole meeting is quiet. Then that's it. Can happen too. Mhm. There's a question. Would you say that change is possible? But change happens, but it's happening by no one. Change happens, it's different, but for no reason. And it doesn't mean it's better, or maybe it feels like it's worse. But it's not better or worse. That's what we do when we look at it. And you compare it with something else, and then it's better or worse. Change happens. That's it. By itself. It's life, energy going. Not by me or you. It's happening, apparently. Hmm. Can we recreate ourselves? No, there's no one. There is no one. And that doesn't mean there's that body and there's no one inside, or there's that whole energy and there's no ego anymore inside. It's the body isn't real. I didn't talk about that nothing is real. It's an appearance. So the body is also not real. So there's nothing going on, but it seems, and we are seeing everything like bodies and tables and streets. But it's empty. There's no one inside. So there's no creation or creator. It's energetic going. And there's also no identity. Only in the dream of me and the whole story, there's identity and thinking like, I'm a creator, I have a free will or choice. It's a dream. There's no one. There's already no one. There's already no one. So you don't need to look for no me. It's already no me. It's a misunderstanding. It's me is something that's created by the brain, or I don't know how it's made up, but there's just energy and it's going like that. It seems to go because we think there's something happening because this is before and we think in time. So it seems like there's something happening, there's a development, or there's only this. That's crazy. We're so into time and consequences and before and after. There isn't. Only in the story, and we can talk in the story, and this brain is also can think in time, but it's not real. It's an appearance. It's just, there's no time. Only in a dream that seems like, oh, the dream of me. It seems like time is there. Hmm. Oh, there's another one. Is there something like good or bad? I mean, what about war or so-called bad or the sad thing? No, it's not good or bad. That's something extra on top of it. It's what it is. And war is like, it's for me, it's like a story about what all things, and we look at it and we have a lot of information and we see it like war. It's very much this. So it's like walking and suddenly like that or something. I don't know. There's information about war, can be like that. So it's not, there's no good or bad. It's what it is. And it can be like, oh, very fear, or it can be like pain. But for no one, there's no one. And it's an appearance. Everything is an appearance. So we are so convinced when there's me and there's a story of me that everything is real. Everything is real. The body is real. There's a real world. There's everything is going on. There's behind those doors, there's everything still going on. We don't know. There's only this. It's crazy. We are so convinced that everything outside, there's an outside. I don't see an outside. There's this. It's a bit childish, childlikeness. It's a bit, there's just this. But we are so capable of abstracting, and by memories, there's a creating of images and seems a knowing about what's going on or what's still there. And we are convinced that still streets are there, or that's in some countries. Where are the countries? Is war. We see some images on the news and information, and we make it like that. It's so convincing and so being busy with that. And it's only this. For no one. Oh, what a lot of chats. Oh. Does coincidence exist? Coincidence. Yeah, it's just this. Coincidence is part of the story. It's just this. So it's always new. Always. It's difficult to say. It's just new. Everything is new. So it's new, and it's this. So it's not before that. And what we are so used to look. We have you could say awareness, and you look at it, and you look at yourself. There's always looking and comparing in the story, and then you see, oh, that's going on. Oh, that's come. It's a coincidence like that. Then we talk about that. That's in the story. You can talk about that. When there's just walking in the street or something else. So there's nothing looking at it. That's me. That's the story. In the story of me, it's like that. Yeah, when there's no conversation, I just go on and say what I want. What's coming. Would you say our past affect our future? Is past, present, future related? There's no one. There's only this. So there's no time. So when there's no time, there's also no past. There's also no future, and there's no relation between anything. It's there's so many concepts and so many pow 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 like this. So that's for that when you are used to live in the story with past and I did that before and now that's because of this that is happening and knowledge about this or images or remembering. It's just this. Where's the past? It's we can abstract and there can be memories, but that's also this. There can be an image of a certain situation like this. And it can be a memory of a situation. And I was this afternoon, I was talking to my daughter, and she was asking me a long time ago about a memory, and I was saying something about it, and she had a different memory about it. Now, that can happen. But then this afternoon she said, "Oh, the memory did change. Before it had like this, and now my memory is like something else. So it can change too. So what is a memory?" So we are so convinced that's really what's happening. It's just a memory. It's this. So there's no past, no future, and there's no one who it is happening to. It's just this. No meaning, no reason. It's just this, like that. Right. So what about love? Oh, and what about relationship? There are really no relationship, and there's no such thing as love. In the story, there are relationships and love, talking about love. Well, when there's this message, when there's no one, there's also no relationship. That's assuming that you are there and there's somebody else there, and then there's a relationship and there's concepts or beliefs or things going on like what's important, what do I feel, oh that's because of you saying this I feel bad, so there are all things like that. It's the dream of me that's in relations. When everything is lost, there are no relations, there's not seeing anyone. There can be pain or there can be anger just like that coming up, but it's to no one. It's just anger. Maybe saying, whoa, and then that's it. And maybe there's a response. I don't know. Can be. I don't know. This is unknowing. We assume that we know so much and we are into safe feeling. We want to feel safe. We want to feel good. This is no escape. This is about no escape. It's about everything. So there's no free will. There's no choice. It's just what's happening. And there's nothing going on like, I don't want this or this is bad or so, things like that. It's what it is. So it's full on whatever it is. Doesn't mean it's always fire, but it's what is. There's nothing trying to change it. It doesn't come. And there's so many concepts. Normally there's so many concept belief things that seems to be this is good, this is bad in the end. When that all is lost, also the looking at it is lost. And suddenly, oh, it's just this. Very simple. Nothing going on about good or bad, but can be feelings. But it's also no Rose. Where's Rose? See, we have a lot of things going on. There's the life of Rose and how she is dealing with things like that. There's no dealing with anything. That's what's happening, which is the same as everywhere else. It's just what's happening, but we think it's happening to us. That's the misunderstanding. But it's not only in the mind. It's an embodied misunderstanding. So it's so convincing that it's about you and about what's going on. Okay. Would you say, oh, and there was something about love. Oh yeah. The the love in the normal in the story of me, love is more a need. Like it's for important that you take care of me, and that oh you didn't listen to me. Why don't you listen to me ever? No, all those things. Like there are a lot of things going on. Like this is important, so you have to do that, so I feel good, and I take care of you, and no, all that. And then there are a lot of struggle and things going on. When when everything is lost, it's unconditional. Everything is unconditional, but it's already like that. Life is just life is unconditional love. That is, but it's unconditional. And that's love is not a feeling. That normally we talk about love. It's a nice feeling that you feel love for someone. But this is unconditional love. Is not a feeling. It's everything. So it doesn't matter what it is. There's nothing going on. This is I want this and I don't want that. That's that's not there. But there's also no need for something else because it's everything is unconditional love. It's everything. So it doesn't matter what it is. It can be pain, but pain is unconditional love. Paining. Yeah. How can you say it? And that doesn't mean it's like, but in the same time, there's something else. You can't explain that. I don't know. So there's no need for choice. It doesn't come, but it's everything. It's everything. Mhm. Would you say the meaning of life is to give life meaning? Well, we want to give meaning to life. There's no meaning, there's just life, but we want to give it meaning. And then you're there, you're sitting on your couch, and you think, oh my God, I don't know what's the meaning of life. Oh, I feel so miserable. I don't feel it, the misery. I don't see it. No, you don't have to see it. There's no meaning. It's just what it is. It's very simple. It's very normal also. It's what it is. And it can be a feeling. But normally what we do is when there's a feeling or something going on top of that, we think, oh, I feel so awful. Oh, what I do. Yeah, what I sit alone on my couch and yeah, it's again, just television. Do I have friends? I have that. I did that. I was counting my friends and I was thinking, oh, did she call? No, that was already along that all those things. And when everything is lost, it's just sitting and that's it. That's what's happening. And that on top of that, that whole story about what's going on and making it into something, that's the suffering. Not what's going on, not what's happening is not the suffering, but the whole story with that and making it into something else or wanting something else, that's the suffering. So there's no meaning. It's just this. It's just what it is. That's it. Mm. Mm. Sometimes somebody says, sometime I want to be a beaver. Yeah, we always we see some animal or some other person and you think, oh, I want to be her. I want to be a beaver. I want to be, yeah. Yeah, that's how it works. That seems like, oh, that doesn't work so well in my body. And she is, oh, that seems so, I want to be her. That's normal. How that whole me structure works. It's always something else, always trying to become something or to develop or to work on yourself, because that what's happening can't be it. But it is it. Yeah, that's it. Hmm. And that's somebody asking, do you still experience feeling like anger, joy, jealousy, fear? Anger still happens, joy, not jealousy. That's more like I want to have something else. Can be like, but it's not really jealousy. It's just saying like, oh, I want to have that too. But it's not, it's empty. It's just saying there's nothing going on inside. Fear can happen. Yeah, sure. Those basic like fear and joy and anger and what else? Yeah, sadness. Yeah, can be. And there can also be feelings you don't know how to mention, how to name it. Sorry. The, there can be a lot of feelings, and there's a feeling I don't know what it is, but it's like a bit, maybe a mix, or I don't know. That can happen, and then there's something else going on. But it's not all the time about me. There's not being busy with, oh, how do I feel? Oh, is this going on? No, there can be a feeling, and then there's nothing being busy with that, and then there's walking on the street or something else, and then maybe there's a remembering. Oh, there was that feeling. Oh, it's already gone. Oh, okay, something. Yeah. So there's not being busy with Rose. What's happening in Rose? It's it's no issue. Hmm. It's very normal and not special at all, and the same as everyone. The only thing what isn't there is that whole thing going on, like, oh, what's going on here? That looking at it and being busy with it and trying to change it, or I don't want this, or all that. That's it's not coming. It's not that. Sometimes it's coming. Sometimes those sentences can arise, can be there. Well, yeah, then they arise, and then it's not even that I think, oh, I don't have to do anything with that. No, it's they can arise, and then yeah, that's it. But it's going by itself. There's nothing going on like saying, oh, this is just that or something like that. No. Sometimes it's maybe some longer can happen. But there's nothing being busy with it or making an issue. No, but it's by itself. It's happening by itself. Hmm. And and it doesn't mean that then that seems like, oh, I want that because that seems to be um, easier or something else. But that's the thing what me does. It's comparing. It's like, oh, asking Rose how it's going, and then she says something and you think, oh, that's what I want. And then that what's going on here with you or something, then that seems to be wrong. It's not. Then that's what's happening. It's the same. There's no difference. It seems like this is better than that. No, it's the same. It's just what's happening. I can describe something and maybe I forget to tell everything because there's not always a remembering. So maybe it seems like more special when there's a talking about it, but it's just normal. So, but this is not about living without all those suffering things and all those chit chat in the brain. What it's like there's nothing wrong. And that's, you can't, most of the time, you can't even hear that. That's so impossible. There's something so deep embodied, there's something not right yet. That there's always trying to compare or trying to reach or trying to talk about and understand, because it can't be this. Yeah, it is. It's already what's going on. That's the joy. That's the joy of this message. That's already what's going on over there or in there. That's it. Whatever it is, a lot of chit chat, then there's a lot of chit chat in going. That's the energy, like that. That's it. Doesn't mean it's always quiet. That's a new concept. Okay, another one. Is there a fix for separation? Separation, there, it seems like there's separation, but the joy is there's no separation. But it feels when there's me and then the abstract mind is so on top of everything, so there's a looking and awareness of that, then it seems like there's separation and there's something gone wrong, there's something missing, there's not that childlike innocence anymore, something like that. And when there's talking about in this message, it seems like, oh, some people don't have that separation anymore. It's so difficult to explain. When everything was falling away, you could say, when no, it's not falling away. When all that energy, that drive didn't come at that, then it was suddenly also seen like, oh, but it's what's happening already. So there's no change. So that's not like, oh, now suddenly the whole feeling is like, oh, this is paradise, and oh my God, this is no. It's there was a very subtle thing going on in a disappointment in the very first second or millisecond, like, oh, because I thought it was something special, something like, oh, wow, or unconditional love or something like that. It was so normal. It's just normal. It was already there. Oh my God, I did all my life. I was spending much money and trying to do anything, and it's already there. Oh my, amazing. So it's nothing special. That's the strange thing. Hmm. Oh, there's somebody. I find it really hard to stop the comparing. Me can't stop that, isn't it? The message is not at all about being happy or something. No, you can't stop. Of course not, because there's no one. So it seems like we're so convinced there's something going on, like I can do that. We see, oh, there's no choice. Oh, that's very obvious. Oh, but I can't stop comparing. So that's so subtle and it's so embodied that 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 belief that you are able to do something. When there's comparing, then that's what's going on. But there's just thoughts going on, and we are really into it, like in the content and believing what's in the thoughts, what the words are meaning, and all that. That when that's happening, then that's what's going on. There's nothing wrong with that. It can be confusing. It can be like feeling like suffering, but then that's what's happening. It's not wrong. We think that's wrong, and it's better to have no confusing thoughts or something like that. That so it's an endless search for something else, because we don't want comparing, or we don't want that, or we don't want something else where we're talking about. It's that. It's that what's going on. A lot of thoughts coming, maybe comparing, to being involved very much into the sort. Then that's what's going on. It's not wrong. It's not somebody doing that. It's life. It's everything. So it's life. So the joy of this message is that's already everything what's going on. So there's nothing wrong with what is done or seems to be done. It's that. Doesn't mean it's nice or something like that. This is not about being happy or feeling good. No, it's about what is. That's already happening. So, yeah. Mm. A lot of chats today. Is everything else also being me? Wait, is everything else also being me as same substance? Oh, it's everything is energy. How I see it, everything is energy. How can you say it differently? It's life. But it seems like there's it seems like there's me or I with a free will and choice. And this message is saying there's no me and there's no free will and choice. And everything is an appearance. So there's nothing really happening. It's an appearance. So it seems very solid and real. So then when everything seems very solid and real in the story of me, I am here and I have relations and things going on. Everything, when it's solid, then it becomes important and it doesn't feel so safe or just threatening. So there's a drive to make it right because there's something not right yet, or something wrong or things like that going on. So that's the normal way. It seems like the normal way. And then there's hearing this message like, there's nothing wrong. How can there be nothing wrong, like war or rape or anything? But that's the story. It's not saying that's nice or that's good. It's what it is. It's not denying anything. It's what it is. It's not about wrong. It can be pain or anything. Oh, he said, I don't understand my question. Oh, it doesn't matter. It's nice. It's great. Can happen like that. Hmm. We don't need to understand this. You can't understand this. It's impossible. I can't understand. It's what's coming out. This is when there's something asked, there's this coming out. It's not Rose that because she knows, then she says that like, no, there's not knowing. There's no knowing. It's talking like that. That's coming. Mm. This is energetic. This message is energetic. So it isn't. It can be in the words. There can be maybe about concepts, and there are more concepts that are not so strong anymore. Well, wait. Oh, what do I do? Oh, it's going good. That can be like that, but underneath that, there's something else going on. That's more. That's the energetic part, and that's not. That can be sensed or something like that. That's about. There's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. And it's not saying that because that's a concept, but there's something else going on, like, oh, this is it. Can't say what it is because, oh, that's so, there's something else. There's another possibility. Mm. Oh, Oh, yeah. What is the most important thing for Rose? Wow. Nothing. I don't know. Wait, I have missed something. I couldn't say that. Doesn't. I'm not busy with that, so I don't know. Hmm.
Hey, Rose.
Hey, hey.
Rose, I have this sensing of this, what we are talking about, this not to know. There's really a freedom
Mm.
in it. It's, I don't know how to put it, but it is
Yeah.
really relaxing or whatever, because
Ah. Mm.
yeah, I don't know what word to put it
Yeah.
in.
Yeah,
But then,
that's it.
yeah,
Mm. Yeah.
but then I thought about this no relation and so on.
Mm.
Uh, uh, but this to be attracted to a person,
Mm.
um, and it's also, yeah, I don't know why I'm attracted to this,
Yeah.
but I don't like this. I like this, and now I say
Mm.
I, but there's just,
Mm.
you can say, again say it. There's an energy I want to be with, and there's a
Mm.
energy or something which is set in a certain way that
Mm.
yeah,
Mm.
and
Yeah.
and therefore it can seems that uh, when this contracted energy is going lower and lower and lower or whatever, then there can be a change in because I can sense the same as you. I'm sitting here without friends because
Oh, yeah.
there's
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
some
Yeah.
things because I'm not going into a pattern with
Mm.
yeah, there can be this, oh, I have to say something that we can go along, and but
Mm.
then I'm not motivated to
Mm.
go into this yeah, in a
But that's
way.
a story. That's a story.
Yeah,
Because
okay.
when we think about, I won't do that because I don't want to be involved in all those things like talking blah 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 or whatever things.
Yeah,
But but that's a story because when there's just sitting, then or and watching television and then that's what's happening and nothing else. It's not that you are alone. That's also already
no,
a story.
yeah,
It's
yeah,
just sitting and that's it. And we trying to, yeah, make some some, yeah, there are sometimes some thought about it, but that's already a story. It's just
yeah,
sitting.
yeah,
That's it. Nothing
yeah,
more, nothing less, just that.
yeah. But it was also in a way just to describe what can go on, but
Yeah, yeah,
it
in the
doesn't
mind.
matter. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah,
yeah, yeah, sure.
yeah,
And the relaxing, that's also because we're so used to, then there's something to work on or something, and there's nothing going on. There's nothing, how can you say that? There's nothing going on like you have to do something or talk. There's no talking to somebody. So there's no direction. There's nothing, yeah, no meaning of things. So there's something like, oh, and somewhere it's already not known, but there can be a sense of that already, of course, because everybody somewhere, it's known, it's somewhere, it's there, it's recognized somewhere, but not in maybe in words, but in maybe a sense of it. That can be that relaxation or that yeah,
yeah,
freedom, feeling of freedom. Yeah,
yeah,
it's going nowhere. Wow, that's the
yeah,
freedom.
yeah.
Oh, we're not used to that. Yeah.
No, yeah.
Mm,
Okay.
okay. Thanks. Mm. Oh, wait, where was I? She said, I want a koala bear. Oh, I don't know if you want a koala bear. Not a real one. I heard they're not so nice. I don't know. It's a joke. Do you think that too much socializing is too human and futile? No, of course not. Because then, how could I say that? Then that seems a bit arrogant to judge about this is right, the right way to do things, and this is the wrong way. I don't know. That's just what's going on. So when there's people socializing and talking about nothing, so what? That's not wrong or right, or it's what's that? That's just talking about nothing or talking about money. Yeah. So what? It can be. It's not wrong. It's what's going. Then there's talking about money. That's it. So we are so into, oh, that's not a good way, and you should ask more, like, how do you feel? Or I don't know what, but everybody has his own way of this is better, and I don't like that, and things like that. But this message is not about saying this is right or wrong. No, it's what it is. So there can be, anything. There's no right way. It's everything. That's the unconditional part of it. The unconditional love, it is everything. That's amazing. So would you say nobody ever was born and nobody ever dies? No, no, there's no one. So it's new. There's seems there be a top of a body. You see a head and something like that. That's it. That has nothing to do with born. We are into time and memories and things like that. There's just this. So there's also no death, of course, then. In the story, there's everything. There's death and people dying, and so, of course. But this message is really like, this is it. This, like fingers moving. That's it. Very, very simple. Very, that, this. Without any meaning. Nothing has any meaning. That's amazing, because we're so into meaning and importance and anything. It's what it is. Can be anything. Eating chocolate. Okay. I still have a problem with cause and effect. Example, I eat a lot of sugar and I get extreme on the, or I can exclamation on a specific spot on the body. When I stop eating sugar, it goes away. So one can deny that. Yeah, because when we're in the story, we're always looking, this is happening because of that. And we're so sure of that. We are so into looking at it and trying to believe. What we make up is that we are sure that this is because of that. And when I stop, it's my experience, and it's not happening anymore. So you don't please don't eat sugar anymore, because then it's going better. We are always into that. We thinking that we are the ones who are responsible for our lives. This is my body, my thoughts. I'm able to make my decisions. There can be something going on, but there's no one. So there's no one to decide. When there's a lot of eating, then there's a lot of eating, and there maybe is pain, then there's pain. But they're always going on. What me does is always like, oh, I did something right. Oh no, I did something wrong. And it's always in the story, it's always about that. And that trying to compare, trying to make decisions, and they make the wrong, and make thinking like I'm not doing that anymore, and just failing or any. It's the whole story of me is about that, about making the wrong decision, or making a decision and not doing it, or not responsible, or not taking care, or it's an endless list of what's going wrong, or what you did wrong or right, or maybe right and then it's something else. It seems to be nice. That's in the story, and it's very convincing. And when the belief is very strong, like the consequences, then it's also seen, or sometimes even felt like that. So it's one big story. So you don't have to believe it. Doesn't matter if you believe it or not. There's just a saying, there are no consequences, there's no one, there's no time. So there's just this. Doesn't mean you have to believe it and think like, oh, there are no consequences, so now I can eat all the chocolate. Something, I don't know, something like that. Maybe. Because there's no one. So that's the energy. Then that will seem like you did it, but it's just the energy that goes on. But there's nothing wrong in that. That's more like it. It's not, life is not about good or wrong. We're so convinced this is right because we think it's our body. The body is not real. It's an appearance. So it's not always there. We think it's always there. It's mine. I'm inside of it. I have to take care of it. It's a dream. The body isn't always there. And it's not yours. It seems to be some energy bodying. That's it. There's no one is responsible. But I'm not saying that in the story you can say to yourself, oh, I'm not responsible, so I can do anything I want, something like that. That's the story. That's a new concept. This is not about understanding. This is energetic. Oh, it goes on and on, the chat. All right. Oh, thank you. So beautiful. Oh, do you believe in angels? No, I'm sorry. No. I can see them in pictures. Oh, it's nice to see them. No, there's no belief. I agree, and there's another one. I agree that there's really no cause and effect. But when one of your children would die, you would surely feel very sad. Oh, can happen. I don't know. What can happen? Yeah, there can be sadness then. I don't know, but yeah. Well, yeah, this is not about a concept like, oh, when my child is dying, there will be no sadness or something. I don't know. Anything can happen. Suddenly there can be sadness. I don't know why, or there can be because it seems like because it's dying, we always things like, oh, she's dying or he's dying, and then because of that I'm feeling sad. There can be a lot of sadness suddenly. Still, also here, yeah. I don't know what will happen then. I can't say. Can be. Can also be sadness because it seems like, oh, the cat is dying. No, I am not so into cats. No, I don't think so. I don't know, but it's not, I don't know. But it's not about that it's because of that, then there's sadness. There's suddenly, that's the energy, there's sadness. Crying, maybe. I don't know. It's not, yeah, I don't know. Did your energetic body left you? No, it's not about that. No, it's not about energetic body. There's no energetic body. We are so into all kind of making stories about how the body is. The body isn't real. It's an appearance. So they're still seeing body, still seeing arms and legs and things like that. It's the same. It's the same. And in the same time, it's not, because it's not seen that it's an appearance. It's obvious. I don't know. But it's not only a concept that it's an appearance. It's embodied. I don't know how to say that, but it's more embodied. It's just lived like that. And it's just like that. And it can be. I did say that before. When this suddenly, yeah, you could say that. It's a story a bit, like what to explain it. It's that when that happened, when then suddenly nothing did come up anymore, and it was that everything was falling away. It didn't rise anymore, so the whole awareness was also not there. Oh, I already forgot what I was about. Oh, I already forgot what I was saying. Where was I talking about? It's already gone. Oh my God. Yeah, sorry. It's just gone. Does racing thoughts appear to you? There can be a lot of thoughts coming. Yeah, sometimes that's happening. Sometimes in the night when I was watching a lot of a movie then sometimes the whole movie comes back in the night. Or on the day. Can happen, and then after a while it's because there's nothing going on, like picking it up. It doesn't happen. It's not that I do that or think that you don't need to or anything. It doesn't. I'm not able to do that. Maybe you could say that it's not there. So I don't know. I don't even know anymore how to do that. That's strange because that's lost. We are so into there's thoughts and you pick it up or you go with that, and then another one. It seems like a long story. It's lost. So it's just that. Oh, God bless you, he says. Thank you. Oh, there's somebody with a hand. Please go on. Say what you want. Unmute yourself. Share Azizi. I see. If you want to say something, please do. No, I don't think it's working. Okay, I'm going on with another one, and if it's still working, if it's already working, then you can come back if you want to share. They're saying, "Oh, I'm sorry for coming into this meeting and dropping out again. My Wi-Fi is very unstable." Well, it doesn't matter. Just go on. When you come back, we admit you, and then it doesn't matter. And then somebody saying, maybe you just wanted to wave. I don't know.
Hi, Rosemary.
Yeah, you there.
Yeah,
hello.
yes.
Hi.
I disappear for a moment, you know.
Yeah,
Yes. I have
there.
nothing really to ask. Just I want to say hello. That's
Oh,
all.
okay.
Nice to see
Hello.
you. Yes.
Yeah, nice to see
Thank you.
you.
Bye bye.
Great.
Bye. See you.
Bye. Mm.
Hey, Rose.
Hello. Hi.
Hello. I now see that there's not really a difference between my question or somebody else's questions.
Not in the sense that it's different, but that's it, or something like that. Wait, what do you mean by that? I don't.
It's just like questions happening.
So yeah, that's it. Yeah, I know. Yeah, I understand. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just that it doesn't bring you anywhere or don't do anything. It's just a question. Yeah.
Yeah, strange. And it doesn't matter who asks it.
Yeah.
I can't say anything about it.
Yeah. But suddenly it's like, oh, and then that's I can hear what you say. Yeah. Yeah. Another one. Are desires all for the me? Yes, they are all for the me. Desires wanting something else as what is. Something like that. It's always something wanting something or desire for that. And it's not seeing that this is already it. It's this. And the strange thing is when that trying to change or wanting something else or that doesn't come up anymore, doesn't work anymore, something like that. It's seen like, oh, but it's just this and it's everything and it's amazing. It's stunning. And it doesn't matter what it is. It's just very simple things like a watch or table or a feeling or it's everything. And when there's nothing going on like, oh, I want this or I don't want this or that, then that's suddenly like, oh, like little babies. Look at little babies. There's nothing going on. I don't want this. I don't want that. It's just everything. And it's like amazing to watch. And that's it. That's the unconditional love. And it's everything. It's like a wonder of what's going on. And it's new and it's everything. And it doesn't matter what it is. And it can be, or anything. And then it feels like that's lost, like when there's that abstract mind that can go on. And then suddenly when the age of 2, something like that, then the brain can abstract more and more and more. And it's like there's something going on like, oh, there's watching and awareness and like, oh, and there's suddenly, oh, I'm here and there's someone there, not really thinking that, but then that's completely different. It feels like, oh, there's something missing, there's something gone wrong or different. And it's not only thinking that, but it's felt like that. can be felt like that. And that's that innocence, that looking for that innocence and that just what it is. And the strange thing is, it's never been lost. But it seems like that because the whole world seems into that whole thing like, I'm going to do something and there's something wrong and how can I change it? It seems that whole dream of me is the world, is everything, or is the only thing there is. And then there can be therapy, so they feel like, oh, there are feelings in the body, so that seems a bit more like, oh, that's coming closer to that, what somewhere you remember, like, oh, what it was like that innocence or freedom or something. But still, there's something wrong, something not right. That's going on. That awareness, that looking at yourself is still going on. And it seems like, oh, that seems the whole thing and very convincing. And it's everything. It's also the awareness, of course. It's not that, oh, people who are in awareness, they are not that far as me. No, of course not. It's the same. But people can, or you can think like, oh, for me, it's not the same. That's more what's going on then. It's the same. It's just what's happening. So there can be a lot of thoughts. Then that goes on. Yeah, what's the difference? Oh, this is so cool. Nothing can be found because nothing ever was lost. Yeah, that's it. Wow, yeah. Cool, man. Yeah. Mm.
Rose, about this baby. It's so nice with babies because they just scream or just smile when everything is good and so on. But there's this responding on what's going on, and in a way, also it would be more fair when when I meet some people and they say something, I only have the lot to say instead of
Yeah, but it's the
saying
same.
something. Yeah,
but that's also, it's the same. You think you do that, but it's just a response.
yeah.
It's just energy coming out. We make something special that it's something, but it's just whoop, that. It's the same.
Yeah.
That you're not different as me. That's just coming out that, and that's the same. Then there's coming out this.
Yeah.
Now, what's the difference? Yeah. 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 Oh, yeah. I was reading an interview of somebody, and there was somebody who had a very severe accident with his motor and everything was broken, and he lost his eye. The left eye wasn't working anymore, so he had something black thing on it. And then he said, I know that that eye doesn't work anymore, but the brain is making images of what's going on at the left side. So I bump all the time. I bump to everything because that what the brain does isn't right. It's just an image. It's remember. So he was suddenly aware, suddenly feeling like, oh my God, the brain makes it up, and it's not that. So he was so confused. So the brain is capable of anything, so many things, and it's so convincing. We are so into believing everything, and it's made up. It's so many times it's a belief, and it's confirmed, and it seems like it's that, and you think I'm seeing the same as you, and it's amazing how the brain is working. Yeah.
Yeah.
So there are no bad people after all. No, of course not. But people, there are, when you say people, there's no one inside also. There's no one. So it's not only there no good or bad, but there's no one. So that's just what's happening. And we look at it and think, oh, this is nice and that feels good or that feels wrong. It's always about me being the center of everything and judging or feeling like this is right, this is wrong. Because when it feels good, then it's right. Something like that maybe also. It's what it is. And there's no one. So no, in that sense, there are also no bad people. I forgot there's no one. Yeah, that's normally what goes on. It's so, because it's so convincing that there's someone. So it's so, yeah, embodied. It's so in there. So, yeah. Mm. There's a question. Is there anyone in this chat living in Switzerland? Not me. Mm. No, everybody says, oh, not me, not me. Oh, not me. It's everything. It's everything. So you can't miss it. You can't miss it because it's already everything. You don't have to look for it because it's already there. It's the only thing there is. So it's a feeling, it's moving hands, it's the table. The table is live tabling. And it seems like, oh, it's that. Nothing special or a meaning. It's what it is. And it's unconditional love. Life is unconditional love. And it's a lot of times questions about how can you call it love? It's not I don't know. It's everything. So that suddenly when there's nothing going on, like trying to change it, or it's what it is, it's that, then it's unconditional. I can only say it's unconditional love, because it's the unconditional makes it also love. It's in that sense, it's unconditional. So it's everything. There are no rules, nothing like this is better than that. It's what it is. It makes it very simple, and that's also the freedom. Like it's everything. So it doesn't matter how the moving is happening, how the words are said. It doesn't mean it's nice or bad or things like that. It has nothing to do with that. It's just when they're saying something, then there's saying something. That's it. Their words maybe, and maybe there's an emotion, or they're walking. It's exactly how it is. So there's no need to change because it's already that. It's everything. So there can be a feeling like, oh, but I have to change it because it's awful. And there seems to be something going on about that. Then that's what's happening. That's energetic. It's not you doing that. It's energetic going like that. And it feels like it's my life, so I have to deal with things like that. When it feels like that, then a lot of thoughts and energetic, a lot of concepts and beliefs maybe are happening. It can happen like that. It's not wrong. It's what's happening. And it doesn't need that it's changing, because when there's a lot of times then you don't feel good about it, or there's something going on like that. But that's life. It can be, doesn't mean that I sit on the couch every day like, oh my God, it's so low. No, of course not. It's normal. It's just normal how it's going on in life. And anything can happen everywhere. It's what's going on. There can be anything. There can be an accident, or I don't know, illness, coughing. Anything can happen. It's not that when there's no me, the body is functioning like paradise. No, there can be really illness there. Yeah, of course. It can be coughing and things like that. Yeah, it's just normal. There's nothing special about this, about that the whole thing is collapsed. It's just normal. There's everything. And that's also the joy, because it's everything. There's nothing trying to change it. So it can be also like, how do you say that? Ontroerd. How do you say that? Moved by what's going on, because it's everything. It's the cupboard. It's that. I don't know. It's just, and it's suddenly like that, and it's not all day. It suddenly can be like that, but it's unconditional. Everything is unconditional. It's just life. That it's just that, without any meaning, without any direction, without anything. Oh, this is you don't do it right. No, that life is just everything, and there can be thoughts like that, but they don't have any meaning. It's just thoughts coming like that with those sentences. So it's just a thought. It's everything. So sitting here is already this. Thinking, I don't understand, it's this. It's everything already. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you, Rose.
Thank you. Okay. Wait. Oh, how can I?
Thank you, Rose.
Oh, yeah, the stop recording. Oh, hey, yeah. So the recording is stopped. Hey, thank you. Wow, it's a great meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, that's me. Wait. It's still recording? No. Yeah? Oh, wait. Oh, yeah.